Hello friends. First of all, I'd like to preface this by saying I have never done a book like this before. I've never done a journal like this. I've always loved the look of them, and I've been really wanting to do one by myself. I've done a couple of little books with friends. They showed me the process, but I've never considered myself a paper crafter, paper creator, whatever. I'm more of a painter and watercolorist and muralist, and so this was really fun for me, but I'm obsessed now. So first of all, I'd like to say I in no way think that I know what I'm doing because this is so new for me, and so I'm going to walk you through this real quick, before I forget, because I always forget at the end, you can follow me on Instagram at thewildnest.com, or The Wild Nest Art Studio, Facebook at The Wild Nest, and my YouTube channel. I can't believe I'm saying I have a YouTube channel. But anyway, this is Annie. My name's Annie from The Wild Nest, and as some of you know, I used to have a brick and mortar studio that shut down from the pandemic, and so I'm crossing over to digital virtual platform now. So I wanted to show you guys this junk journal that I did. It was super fun, and I've been playing with my sewing machine. So anyway, the last video I showed, I taught everybody a quick little tutorial on how to do a transfer, and so this is a transfer on canvas. So it's a gessoed canvas, and then I transferred this beautiful Santa on there. So I wanted to keep it very feminine. I wanted to do like a pink type of thing. So I found these at Hobby Lobby. Home Depot is one of my favorites too, but it was just an ornament, and I thought that would go really well. And all this other little stuff, little scraps, are from my my own stash. Earrings and little bits that I put together. A lot of it was very intuitive. You know, this was an old dress. And so anyway, I like the tattered look, so I wanted to keep it pretty tattered. Let me open up here and show you. So the cover, we saw the cover, and then the back cover is another transfer that I did, and just kind of sanded it off to make it look really worn. And then I don't know if you can see this, but there's actually some, there was some glitter I stuck in there underneath an old handkerchief. I collect handkerchiefs, so there you can see them a little bit better. I don't know if they'll shine. There you go. But anyway, I stuck some glitter in there, and then a card that said "Very Merry Christmas." You could barely see that. All right, so when you open up the front cover, I took the inside of the canvas and I covered it with Stamperia's reindeer tissue paper. Stamperia's reindeer tissue paper. It's beautiful paper. I used about just of it, all of it. I used it all, just about. And then I also covered the whole back, so there's the reindeer on that other side. And I just used a matte medium on that. This was an old pillow that I had, and so I got it on there with yarn, old yarn, and then I found an old Jingle Bell, did that. And then on the other side, I decided, since there was already little rays created, I did a little star. And then I used Tim Holtz's really cool little flashcards, love those, and kind of sprinkled them throughout the journal. I didn't really antique these. I know you're supposed to antique. I mean, really, you know what I've learned is anything goes with these things. You know, just the more the merrier. And a lot of people antique them, which make them look really cool, but I didn't. Okay, so I used some papers, and then there's that Stamperia. I used this little cover, and I also used a collection from Dream Etc. on Etsy, and I used 4 different collections. She's got the Remnants collection, which has a bunch of cards and tags, and then she also had a Christmas Eclectic, I think it was called, and it had all kinds of little cutouts, die cuts, really cool retro looking things. I pretty much used just all of them, or most of them. You can see where, but really neat retro stuff. If you were born in the 60s, these look familiar. They're old ornament boxes. So I really like that look. Okay, so anyway, just moving right along. I did a little pocket. I'm really using my sewing machine for the first time. And this is another one of her little cards. I've sized it down, cut it down to size. And what I learned in some of these tutorials that I've been watching is that you really don't want a lot of white paper. So I went back and covered them up with book paper and stuff like that, which kind of gives it a neat effect. I also used Tim Holtz's Christmas paper dolls throughout the book and different kinds of papers, and added some washi tape. I also showed a little video a couple of weeks ago of these rice paper that I was playing with, ink sprays and water, and I thought that looked really cool, so I added that as part of my book. More craft paper, a little bit more of Tim Holtz's paper dolls, and I put a little bag in there. These are some of the tags that come from Dreams, Etc. on Etsy, which I thought were really cool. And you know, you didn't have to do much with those except cut them out. There's another little flash card. And then here is some more from the same collection. I did make a mistake in printing them on just laser paper, which now I know isn't very thick, but anyway, it'll hold up. Okay, and I used a lot of washi tape and everything. Here's that other side of the rice paper. And then I found an old Christmas wish list. Actually, it wasn't old, it was new, but I aged it a little bit and then backed it with an old book page. So I made a little belly band. I'm just now learning all these terms too, y'all. I mean, belly band, I've never even heard of this stuff because my background again is in painting. But most of the time I see these junk journals, I think, why would you want to write in them? You know, I mean, they're just so pretty to look at. But I did add some papers with lines in them that you could look at. Also, another thing I want to note is that I did want to do a horizontal version so you could flip it through here, and I totally spaced it. So some of these pages you can actually use horizontally or vertically, but you know what? I'm not even apologizing for it because everybody says whatever you want to do goes, and I think it adds to the eclectic look to it. Here's another card right here, a little pocket, old book page. These little ephemera pieces that I use from Tim Holtz collection, Idealogy. He's got some great, you know, already done little ephemera packs. And another pocket with old buttons. And you know what I've learned is that it's just, you can do so much and you could just keep going and keep going. But here's some cards. And I am going to be selling this journal. I hate to sell it because it's my first, but I am needing some revenue stream, so I'm thinking about now selling journals. But anyway, here's another tag from Dream, Etc. And then here's a cool piece of paper from my stash that I found. It was just printed paper. It looks like old rice paper, and I loved it. And then I like the tattered, dingy, grungy look, so I did, you know, I left a lot of this stuff. I even spilled coffee on this one. Did a little pocket there with the Santa face, and again, that's supposed to be horizontal orientation, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, and so here we have a little clip from Idealogy, and a little accordion type of paper that I just did a little gold on and aged. Just something interactive, you know. I've noticed that, to me, I like, the more interactive the journal is, the funner it is. So this page has a lot of interaction here. And there's something in here. Yeah, there's just a little tag that I put a little something in there, and that's fun. And then more paper, and I didn't even, if you want to use this on something, you can take it out, whatever. A little tag as well. Then I got a what do they call them? Freeform foots, or what's it called? Anyway, it's like a little press-a-foot on the sewing machine. And I just realized this is, no, this is not backwards. Okay, again, it's the horizontal image, but I was playing with this freeform foot, I think that's what it's called, and I did this Christmas tree. That was fun. I hope to do more with that. I just got it. Here's some more paper, little area that you can maybe put something on underneath there. And then this little tag that I did, I found an old hello charm, and then I have old quilts all over the place. Some more of the digital download from Dream Etc. and did a little tinsel on there. And then here I did vellum, and I aged it to look burnt. And it looked too stark. My husband pointed that out, so I decided to put some netting on it just to kind of tone it down a little bit. That was fun. I'm telling you, you could just do anything and it looks cool, is what I've learned. Then I took, I did most of my craft paper. I sprayed it and grungied it up with different ink sprays and stuff, and then added little tags and whatnot. Here's another Tim Holtz paper doll and another little tag, and just paper that you can write on if you want. Couple of fingerprints just to make it look old, not overdoing it. This is just old watercolor paper that I had that I sprayed and did some sewing around it, and then found a little old shiny ornament, which I thought that was fun. You can see kind of the paper, how I sprayed it. And then here's a couple of more cards in a pocket. And then I wrote "'Tis the Season." Again, I had to remind myself it's supposed to be like this, so it's supposed to be a horizontal orientation, but really doesn't matter. And you know, even the scraps that I cut out, I found interesting to use. I used to throw all that stuff away, and my friend said, no, use everything, you know, so that's kind of cool how you can repurpose. Here's another star, a little flip up thingy. I know there's a name for that. A tip, is it a tip-in? Anyway, I don't know. I'm not a paper person, but I am now. I can't, no more excuses. Here's that other side of the graph paper vellum. And again, this time I added this sparkly red because my husband said it looked kind of weird, just white like that. So that's fun. Here's a blank sheet of paper that you can write on that's been sprayed, and a little Merry Christmas tag. And then here's that that rice paper that I was playing with. I thought it was so pretty I didn't want to do anything on it actually, but I put a ho 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 on it. That's about it. It's almost like every piece of paper I have to touch. So there's a little something on every piece of paper. I hate when that happens. Okay, so here's a little pocket with another accordion. Dreams Etc. on Etsy. She's got some cool stuff. You can do little accordion tags or cards. I just thought I'd keep them like that. I thought they were really cute. All right, and there's the back side of that grungy paper with a little Santa. Oh, and that was another thing, was my binding. Okay, so yeah, I'm learning how to bind, and I was so afraid to do it. I was so intimidated, and I think I put too much space in between, but oh well, it gives you plenty of room. I did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. All right, and so here we go. I think here's where I caught on that it was a horizontal journal, but no, I didn't. So I did a pocket on the side there with another card you can write on the back. These were like last minute things that I wanted to just fill up. And then also on the Etsy site, her terms and policies, or terms of use, you can actually size your images, and I did that. I sized this bigger to make it a sheet of paper, so I thought that was neat. And then aged it a little bit, did another tag. There's plenty on there. This was different. I had been wiping up all my inks, and this was the napkin that I used, and I thought it was so pretty, so I decided to do a weird pocket here. I don't know if this is allowed or if this is against the junk journaling rules of engagement, but yeah, I did this weird funky stitch on it, and then like a little peekaboo type of flap, I guess you could say. But anyway, and here is well, horizontal, vertical. I used Tim Holtz's Christmas people, paper dolls, not paper dolls, Christmas images on there with a little band to hold it in place, which wasn't very effective, so I had to put a paper clip, and that's on an old inventory sheet. Here's another just piece of plain paper. I used a lot of pinks this time, and then some more of the ephemera from Dreams, etc. And a little card. Looks like an old vintage card. Backside of the tissue paper. Then I found an old golden book, which I had seen on different people's pages, and I thought that was cute, so I cut out an old book. I probably should have used more of these sheets because they're so cute. This was kind of small, so I added a kind of a tab to I wanted it to be as wide as my pages, so I just added a little tab, which I thought looked pretty cool. And then here's another little peekaboo tab there with the little guy. Thought that was cute. A little old piece of quilt. More area to write. And then here I have another band, belly band. That's funny. Who named this stuff anyway? And I've got different little cards that you can pull out and write on as well. And then a little decor there with the quilt. Then I sprayed a little flower there also from Idealogy. Just stapled it on there just because I wanted something different, and I thought that was cute. And here's the other side of that golden book. And then more of the rice paper. And then here, I remembered it was horizontal again. So I just did a little flap where you can write on there, and if it's secret, you can keep it secret. Did a little more of the freeform stitching, and then added another little card here, another flap, thinking of you at Christmas. Let me see if y'all can see that. Yeah, there. Y'all see that? Thinking of you at Christmas. And then another little corner band. I'm just making this stuff up. I don't know if it's called a corner band, but I'm calling it a corner band. And then just a couple of little things just to, so they aren't so so empty. A couple of little tags and a button, old button. And here's that sized paper again, which I thought was beautiful. It's actually a tag, and I just sized it in Photoshop. And then another little pocket, tag, a card. Oh, did I show y'all? I'll show y'all in a minute. And then I found an old hat pin and just stuck it in there for my little card to fit in. And then here is the end. I love this this ribbon I found. It was really different, really pretty textured. I love all the feels, you know. I found an old charm here from my stash. It was a Santa with the ho 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 on it, soldered. That was really fun to use. I haven't used it in forever. So there you have it, folks. I had a blast doing this and learned how to make buttonholes on my sewing machine finally. I've had a brand new sewing machine for a year, and I have not used it until now, so my husband's real happy because that was the old Christmas present. And then I used an old, actually it's an old new button for it. And that's the closure. So leave your comments underneath and let me know what you think. And yes, if you're interested in buying it, message me or go to thewildnest.com and you'll find a listing there under the Annie's Art tab. Thank you once again. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. This memorable 2020 Christmas. Bye now.